Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to our countdown of the most incredible South African prison escapes. I mean, we're talking about people who saw Shawshank Redemption and thought, hold my beer, bruh. Today we'll be diving into some of the most notorious cases ever. These guys weren't just trying to make a run for it. They were practically writing the textbook on jailbreak artistry. So buckle up, because things are about to get real interesting. All right, let's kick things off with the Pretoria 6. Imagine this, 1979 Pretoria Central Prison, maximum security. You've got Tim Jenkins, Stephen Lee, Alex Mumbaris, and 3 other guys who just decided, you know what, we're done with this whole prison thing. Now, these guys weren't messing around. They spent months, maybe even years, crafting wooden keys, meticulously planning their route, even making fake guard uniforms. Seriously, they were like the Avengers of prison breaks. Except instead of saving the world, they were just trying to get a decent bunny chow on the outside. They managed to slip out of their cells, navigate the prison's labyrinthine corridors, and bam! They're out, free as a bird. Well, as free as you can be in apartheid-era South Africa. The whole country was freaking out. It was like their version of Elvis suddenly showing up at a braai. The audacity of these guys, right? It was insane. Next up, we've got a guy who makes Houdini look like an amateur escape artist. Meet Ananias Mate, the man who literally broke out of every prison they put him in. Seriously, this guy was like the human equivalent of a bar of soap in the shower. Impossible to hold on to. In 2006, he pulled off the unthinkable, escaping from CMAX prison, supposedly South Africa's most secure facility. I mean, this is the prison where they keep the bad guys, the ones who put the grim in reaping. Mate somehow managed to squeeze his way out of his cell window, which, by the way, was supposedly too small for a human to fit through. They say he used a mixture of petroleum jelly and sheer willpower. I'm not sure what's more impressive, the escape itself, or the fact that he managed to find petroleum jelly in prison. Maybe he had a side hustle. Yo, you want that extra smooth crawl out of here? I got you, fam. Chapter 3. Bongani Moyo briefly tasted freedom. In 2011, Bongani Moyo, a Zimbabwean national, decided to pull a disappearing act from, you guessed it, Pretoria Central Prison. This guy was in for serious crimes, armed robbery, the works. But for Moyo, prison walls were more like guidelines than actual barriers. He allegedly just strolled out of the facility, leaving everyone scratching their heads. Some say he had inside help, others claim he used forged documents. Whatever his method, Moyo became the talk of the town. He was like a ghost, here 1 minute, gone the next. But you know what they say, you can run, but you can't hide forever. Especially not when you've got the entire South African police force on your tail. Moyo's taste of freedom was short-lived. A few weeks later, he was back behind bars, probably wishing he'd appreciated the prison food a little more the first time around. Chapter 4. The Stander Gang, a Family Affair. Now, this is where things get interesting. The Stander Gang weren't your average prison escapees. This was a family affair led by the seemingly mild-mannered bank manager, Andre Stander. In 1983, Stander and his cronies, including ex-policeman Alan Heil, decided to break free from Johannesburg prison. And they did it in style, pulling off a daring daylight escape that would make Bonnie and Clyde blush. Once they were out, they really went for it, embarking on a legendary crime spree that captivated the nation. They robbed banks with such precision and audacity that people started seeing them as folk heroes, even giving them a cool nickname, the Stander Gang. But as with all good things, their run had to end. The police caught up with them eventually, but not before they'd cemented their place in South African criminal law. Chapter 5. Stephen Lee. Freedom across continents. Remember Stephen Lee, one of the masterminds behind the Pretoria 6? Well, his story doesn't end with that daring escape. After tasting freedom, Lee knew he couldn't stay in South Africa. He was a wanted man, his face plastered on every newspaper in the country. So he decided to up the ante, embarking on an epic journey across multiple continents, using disguises, fake passports, the whole shebang. He was like a real-life Jason Bourne, only instead of amnesia, he had a knack for outsmarting authorities. Lee eventually made it to England, where he wrote a book about his experiences because, well, why not? Turns out prison breaks are good for the writing career. He lived a relatively quiet life after that, proving that sometimes the greatest escape is not just breaking out of prison, but escaping the shadow of your past. Well, folks, there you have it. 5 of the most daring prison escapes in South African history. These stories are a testament to human ingenuity, desperation, and let's be honest, a healthy dose of luck. It's a reminder that sometimes truth really is stranger than fiction. Thanks for joining us on this thrilling journey through South Africa's most incredible prison escapes. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more fascinating stories. And who knows, maybe next time we'll delve into the world of successful bank heists, or maybe even explore the fascinating lives of pigeon racers. Because hey, you never know what you're going to get on this channel, except for a good laugh and some mind-blowing stories. Stay curious, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next one.